Well, welcome. I don't know what time zone you're in, but you are now in the jazz zone, and we are in the groove yard. And I want to talk about one thing to start off with. It is with an A, and that's attitude. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, the education, the money, the circumstances, failure, successes, or what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skills. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is we have the choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day, this day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do, is to play on the string that we have like it's in a bass, in a guitar, in a whatever string instrument you have, because it's all about the string we have, and that is the attitude we can play on. So I'm convinced that life is 10% of what happens to you and to me, and 90% of how we react to it. And that's coming from the groove yard. Well, my name is Roscoe Lee Owens, and I'm certainly glad to be on this podcast with my son and the folks that have embraced us at the Jazz Zone and are what it was called the Jazz Zone Jazzabration Connection. It's a collaboration. So, to further move through this, I wanted to read a poem. Since I'm looking at a couple of books that are here that I've been dealing with as well, and pizzazz, sass, class, and jazz. This is written by none other than Mr. KeJohnna Owens, Expressions in Poetry. The way you step into the room draws everyone's attention. And shine just has to be pizzazz. The way you stroll ever so confidently, knowing full well you're working that walk, just has to be sass. The way the whole package that is you so eloquently presented in such a regal and charismatic way just has to be class. The way you embody and exude all of that, pizzazz, sass, and class, is like music. It has to be jazz. And I shared earlier that jazz was a conversation that musicians had on stage, but it's also how writers have put things together to understand the jazz, the class in it, and the conversation that is going on stage, live. That's what we try to present through the Jazz Zone Jazzabration, which has been a collective that runs directly from the Jamming Foundation, the Living Legend Foundation, all the way to the opportunity to come up with and produce and project the Lamert Park Jazz and Blues Society. That is awesome as we move continuously forward within the aspects. And that's why the chosen ground for the Groove Yard is Lamert Park, People Street, right in front of the Vision Theater. That's amazing. You know, I'm going to stop right here. I want to go to a commercial because the amazing thing is people that support you, that will advertise with you to continue to keep the word out. Jazz Zone, Jazzabration, Collective. Go ahead on. Hit them with a commercial, KeJohnna.
Full Force Protection Services, the protective services you need for you, your family, and your businesses. Full Force Protection Services provides cannabis security, executive protection, armed transport, event security, home protection, home security installation, family protective services, and more. Full Force Protection Services has all the skills you need for your protection. The skill set includes weapons screening, keen observation, de-escalation techniques, crime prevention, loss prevention, surveillance, and more. Full Force Protection Services is affordably priced to fit any budget. For immediate services, contact 707-407-5133. That's 707-407-5133. Don't get caught without protection, and don't get caught without full force.
Welcome to the Jazz Zone. Allow the Jazz Zone to make your next event enjoyable and entertaining. The Jazz Zone is great for private parties, weddings, festivals, fundraisers, grand openings, and corporate affairs. Move up to the next level of entertaining with the Jazz Zone. Check out our website at jazzzone.net. That's JAZZZONE.net. Or call the Jazz Zone at 626-798-6848.
You know what? I need to stop calling them commercials because they are productions. The productions done by Success Express back there in that office, which is doing a lot of work. And to create these various different aspects to promote your business is absolutely a stinger. So before I go back to even some more information about the Groove Yard, I want an instant stinger. Hit me up with one of those instant stingers you are so creative with.
InstaStinger.com. 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 Sting your brand with InstaStinger.
InstantStinger.com. The innovative aspect of continuing to grow and develop is amazing. I'd like to introduce and bring on my son, Mr. KeJohnna Owens, who is the creator of many of the aspects of what is happening with Success Express. And I want to thank you for allowing the creative art, music, and creative interview series hosted by myself on your podcast system. And I want to talk about that because you have several podcasts that are happening, and this is one of the things that is in the Groove Yard. How do we expose that? Share with our audience what you're doing and podcasts that maybe they can utilize as well.
And that's amazing. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. Absolutely. You have a business, you have a message, you have a passion, you have a calling, and you want to tell the world about it, and we want to help you tell the world about it. So with Success Express, we put together a podcast studio where you can podcast your messaging from the comfort of your home, office, studio, wherever you may be. Set up your office, and we will help you share your messaging. Set up your background banner. I mean, we've got some amazing uh, aesthetics to help you brand your business and your message at the same time. So, you know, charging forward and being in front of the curb is one of the things that I pride myself on. We put ourselves in, I believe, a pole position, if you will, in marketing and advertising.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right on that. And I wanted to just, because I know I was reading that book a little bit earlier, but this is what I wanted to show the audience. This is the book, and Expressions in Poetry. The artist in front is Miss Aldonia R. Bailey, one of the artists with the Arroyo Arts Collective. But more than that, many, many years of understanding how art and music just continue to blend together as well. I want to show a few clips that we have on some of our musicians, some doing jazz, which is a whole aspect of conversation on stage, some doing music, some interacting. And let's just show our audience some of those videos or aspects of that we have that we can share.
Absolutely.
Go on there. Go on there now. The new giant steps and giant shoes pass you by as you fly, dignified as you stride to me. I just heard the new giant steps and giant shoes pass you by. Thank you as you fly, dignified as you fly.
Success Express Marketing Solutions presents your virtual video podcast studio. Let the Success Express team help bring your podcasting dreams to life. Here's what we do. We help you come up with show ideas, design graphics for your show, set up your podcast studio, and run the back end of your show. So what do? Be ready for your show. Make sure your guests are ready. Log into the virtual studio, turn your cameras on, and go. Not sure you're ready to go live on a monthly or a weekly basis? You can get the Try Us Out Success Special. It's only $97 with free design setup. All you got to do is try us out, and I guarantee you're going to want more. So get set up today with your virtual video podcast studio from Success Express Marketing Solutions. So go online to Success Express MKTG, and we'll get you set up today. Sign up now and get our free ebook, Modern Podcasting, that'll teach you all the techniques you need to know to get your podcast started today.
Yeah. Keys to success. You know, you have to start now. Use what you've got. Control what you know. Complete what you start. Execution. Share your success. Stand for something. The book, you know. In the Groove Yard, it's about the music, the art, the poetry, the written word, the spoken word. What we are doing in the Groove Yard is just keeping the groove on. And we were on another podcast earlier, which is Mary Tribe 55, and the groove was about the Delphonics. The groove was about how I, as a young man, grew up and played music in my house. The Delphonics, the OJs, the institution of Detroit in terms of what came out of there and out of Philadelphia, because you know that's where the Delphonics, they came out of Philadelphia. But Motown was in Detroit, and that was Motor City. And consequently, as you grow up, this is what you're playing in the house because this is what I'm enjoying, this is what my wife is enjoying, and this is what my son got to listen to. And then also, we got to groove with my dad. As I grew up, my dad grew up in East St. Louis, Illinois, you know, Miles Davis, that whole thing. And in the late 40s, you know, when musicians came out from the East Coast and Midwest, they came out here to California, and, you know, they stayed with different musicians. And we had the opportunity to have musicians stay at our home on several occasions, and they bust out into be a jam session in the living room. You know, when you don't understand things, you move away from it, which that's what I did. When I did understand things, I moved toward it. That's the legacy of my dad, Jimmy Owens, and Jimmy Owens Jazz Ensemble. Thus comes the Jazz Zone, which the reason I read a poetic verse of Expressions in Poetry, which is jazz. The reason I read The Practical Principles for Personal Achievement by Mr. KeJohnna Owens, both of those books, is because that's what it is. Practical principles for personal achievement, which means it takes a village to raise a village, not to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a village. We must all interconnect and make things happen. So we're trying to make it, be sure that it happens in the Groove Yard. So with that being said, let me see, what are the songs? He Didn't Really Love You. La 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 means I love you. He Don't Really Love You. Funny Feelings. You know, when you get right down to it, those are songs that was permeating the house. Miles Davis with So What? Ooh, that album. Train, Supreme, that's what was going through the veins of understanding that jazz was a combination of instrumental gatherings of individuals that could communicate on stage and tell a story. And as an audience, if you can understand the story, you got the album. You got to listen to it more and more. But that's about that. That's what's in the groove yard as well. We want to be resilient, outstanding, successful. This is what people, excellence. We're striving for, looking for leaders. The Jazz Zone is always looking for leaders that can affect exactly what we are, because we are not only a band, but a brand. We're black and white. Our music is awesome. It goes from jazz to R&B and the R&B jazz mix, which was the fusion that our youngsters brought into the space. But in doing that, it's always being creative. I learned that from Miss Doll Scott McDuff. I learned that also the continuation of continuing from Miss Barbara Morrison. The continuation of continuing. So when you learn that, you see, as I grew up as a young man, I would hope to be a model for my sons and his compadres. And now, you see, as a teacher, you're always a student. So I'm a student of Mr. KeJohnna Owens in his process. And that's why personal achievement is very, very important. Being a success partner is very, very important. You do what you say you're going to do and continue to be who you are. As we started, we have the right attitude. And my attitude says, I want to thank those individuals like KeJohnna and others that are creating these infomercials, information sessions. So I'm going to call it information session. Let's get another information session from Success Express, please.
Business consultant, expert trainer, and national speaker, Dr. Edward Womack with We Rise Media presents the Back from Broken Summit 2021. Speakers include Dr. Edward Womack, Sherry Cook, Dr. Sean L. Mack, Joseph B. Washington, Marla Brennan, and Sean Dustin. The Back from Broken Summit is your roadmap to recovery, redemption, and restoration. It's an event you don't want to miss, so go online to www.backfrombrokensummit.com. That's www.backfrombrokensummit.com.
Welcome to the Jazz Zone. Allow the Jazz Zone to make your next event enjoyable and entertaining. The Jazz Zone is great for private parties, weddings, festivals, fundraisers, grand openings, and corporate affairs. Move up to the next level of entertaining with the Jazz Zone. Check out our website at jazzzone.net. That's JAZZZONE.net. Or call the Jazz Zone at 626-798-6848.
Okay. You know, I want to see if we have time for one of those short videos that we did that expresses, at least shows some of the work of the Jazz Zone.
you, Tandy.
style. We're gonna do some blues to close out this year. They talk about 2020 in the Jazz Zone. That's how we do it.
Yes, that was great. You know, because we just talked about the fact that it was not only a band, we're a brand. That was our Jazz Zone brand with the hat and the T-shirt. And actually, the branding came from the aspect of utilizing the talents of Success Express, which is a branding company that is just awesome in terms of taking your product and creating and establishing and, in fact, encouraging and taking to a next level the brand that you already have, or to co-create a brand that you really want to move forward with. So I'm going to say thank you to the supporters that we have on this podcast, which is from the Groove Yard. And I appreciate the opportunity. And I want to close out by sharing the Success Express branding machine. It's awesome. The creativity in the background. KeJohnna, bring us out with those folks that are supporting this particular show and the podcasts that are on Success Express. Thank you.
Hi, my name is KeJohnna Owens. I am co-founder of Success Express Marketing Solutions. Our business is cultivating more business for your business. I want to tell you real quick about our program that is one of the most comprehensive business development online marketing support programs out there, which is the VASP, VASP, Virtual Assistant Support Program. This system allows you to operate and run your business while we help monitor and help you cultivate more business for your business online. Contact us at 909-686-1698 and visit us online at successexpressmarketing.com. Look forward to helping you take your business to the next level.